Good evening. It is 6:32, and I would like to call the City of West Hollywood Planning Commission meeting to order. And I would like to start with the land acknowledgement. The West Hollywood City Council acknowledges that the land on which we gather and that is currently known as the City of West Hollywood is the occupied, unceded, seized territory of the Gabrielino Tonga and Gabrielino Quiche peoples. And I would now like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and would Commissioner Cavallero please lead us in the pledge? Thank you. And item 3 on today's agenda is the administration of the oath of office to newly appointed Planning Commission member Andrew Solomon.
Hello, good evening. I do it there. Hello.
Okay, you ready?
Do I?
Yep.
Okay.
So repeat after me. I, Andrew Solomon,
I, Andrew Solomon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that while serving in the office
that while serving in the office
as a member of the Planning Commission
as a member of the Planning Commission
of the City of West Hollywood,
of the City of West Hollywood,
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Byers, and it's always lovely to have you here. Okay, Secretary Gillig, are we ready for roll call?
We are, thank you. Good evening, commissioners. Commissioner Solomon.
Here.
Commissioner Matos.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Hoopengarner.
Here.
Commissioner Carvalero.
Here.
Vice Chair Gregoire.
Here.
Chair Lombardi.
Here.
And we have a 7-member quorum.
It has been a while, and welcome, Commissioner Solomon. It's lovely to have you here, and I'm excited to have you join. So we're now on item number 5 of the agenda, which is approval of the agenda. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the agenda, or are there any modification requests?
I'll move unless there are any changes.
I'll second.
I'm going to say it's moved by Jones and seconded by Matos. We're very close.
Commissioner Hoopengarner? You're voting, please. Okay, thank you. And the motion passes, approving the agenda for July 18th, 2024, unanimous.
Thank you. Item number 7 is approval of the minutes, and we have 2. Item 6A is the certified transcription from the April 18th, 2024 meeting, And I'd just like to start to see if there's any corrections, clarifications, or anything around these minutes. Yes, Commissioner Hoopengarner.
I just had some very minor changes that I've already passed on to Mr. Gillig, mostly relating to how things are. There's a bunch of places where the two speakers are put in the same line instead of in new lines, and how things are called out. And so David already is aware of those and can make those corrections.
Yes, staff will make those housekeeping corrections, and we also do want to read one into the record on page 11 of 155. Commissioner Hoopengarner, we just want to put square brackets around one of the words in her statement. So it will be, I deliberate will be in brackets, that we ought to make a motion to approve staff's report.
I made a joke and it didn't translate very well.
Yeah, so that's why we have the square brackets in.
Okay.
With
Anything?
that, if there's no one else, I would go ahead and move it.
Anyone else? Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes of April 18th?
I just did.
Oh, you moved. Okay, second.
I'll second. Whatever. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll take the vice chair.
Thank you, and the motion passes, noting 5 ayes. We have Commissioner Jones and Commissioner Solomon abstaining from this vote, approving the minutes, the certified transcription for April 18th, 2024, as amended.
Okay, and then Commissioner Carvalero, I just want to confirm, are you also voting yes, which is fine, I just want to...
I did.
Yeah, I think that you were...
He was present.
Oh,
just
okay,
not,
never mind.
He had to recuse from the one.
Got it, okay. For the rest of the minutes, makes sense. Thank you. Okay. Item 6B, June 20th, 2024 meeting minutes. Do we have any clarifications, questions?
Staff would like to read into the record 2 minor corrections. On page 4 of 9, on the second paragraph, it's stated the Thunderbird Hotel. We want to strike hotel and name it Thunderbird Inn. And on the third paragraph from the bottom, it reads, she clarified there is no increase. So we're going to insert RE into THERE, just to clarify that word. So it'll read, she clarified there is no excuse. And that's all staff has.
Okay, thank you.
I move approval as amended.
Moved by the vice chair,
I'll second.
seconded by Hoopengarner.
And the motion passes, noting 6 ayes, and Commissioner Solomon abstaining from this vote, approving the minutes of June 20th, 2024, as amended.
Thank you. And now we move on to item 8, which is the director's report.
Chair, we have a public comment before.
Oh, sorry, public comment. Do we have any public speakers?
We do. Our first public speaker here in chambers will be David Eichmann. David, you have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, Commissioners. David Eichmann. I'm a resident of Los Angeles and a business owner here in the city. I'm also a member of the city's Transportation and Mobility Commission, which is the main reason I come before you tonight. First of all, I do want to congratulate Commissioner Solomon on his appointment. Our meetings are the 3rd Wednesday of every month at 6:30 at City Hall. And I'm asking you to be extended ears and eyes for the city. Now, obviously, as commissioners, you know full well a lot of the transportation issues. In fact, they intersect often with planning. Hot button issues currently, bike lanes, personal delivery, robots. But if you see any things that intersections, stop signs, where you think there could be improvements, then please let me or a member of the transportation staff know. It's often commissioners that can see things and make suggestions to improve transportation issues in the city. So thank you.
Thank you. And Chair, that is our last public speaker.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to item 8 now for real, which is the director's report, which will be presented by Nick Marichich, Community Development Director.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Planning Commissioners. Hope you can hear me okay through the mask. Nick Marichich, Community Development Director. I want to start by saying thank you to past Chair Carvalero for his leadership on the commission over the past year, and congratulations again to our new Chair Lombardi and Vice Chair Gregoire. I also want to say congratulations and welcome to our newest commissioner, Commissioner Solomon, and we look forward to working with you. I hope everyone's having a great summer so far and that you had a safe and fun 4th of July holiday, and I do have a couple of items to report to you this evening. The first is that as part of the ongoing effort to develop the WehoTV strategic plan, the city is hosting 2 upcoming events. The first is an in-person community meeting on Saturday, July 20th from 11 to 2 at the West Hollywood Aquatic and Recreation Center. This is a free event that will include informational exhibits, community organizations, food, and live entertainment. And community members are encouraged to stop by at any point during the meeting to learn more about the WeHo Strategic Plan project, to provide feedback, and to connect with fellow community members. In addition to this in-person meeting, again, the date Saturday, July 20th from 11 to 2, there will also be a virtual community meeting on Monday, July 29th at 6 p.m. via Zoom. For more information, you can go to the project webpage, which is engage.weho.org/WeHo Strategic Plan. And then secondly, you may already be aware, but the City Council at their June 24th meeting voted to approve increasing the stipend amount that's paid to advisory board and commission members to $100 per meeting, not to exceed $200 per month. And this will take effect January 1st of 2025. Lastly, I'll just note that I will be absent from the next Planning Commission meeting on August 1st, but you'll be in excellent hands, as always, with our planning managers, Jennifer and Francisco. And that concludes my report for tonight. Thank you, as always, for your service. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for our Community Development Director? No? Okay, thank you. That moves us to item number 9, which is consent calendar, and there are no items. And then that moves us to item 10A, public hearings under section 1, which is projects that are subject to the Housing Accountability Act. And item 10A, our only item under section 1, is the 1006 to 1010 North Edinburgh Avenue. And we'll be holding a public hearing regarding a request to demolish 2 dwelling units on 2 contiguous parcels and construct a new 4-story, 17-unit residential building over a subterranean parking garage for the property at 1006, 1010 North Edinburgh in West Hollywood. And I think we'll start with the staff report.
Great. Thank you, Chair.
And,
good evening.
Actually, let me just do some housekeeping while we get started here too, just to slow down for a minute, especially since we have a new commissioner and a new chair. So in terms of order of the meeting, and for anyone in the public too, just to understand this process, so we'll always start with recusals. I believe there are none tonight. And then disclosures, which we can do in a moment here before the staff report. And then after the staff report, opportunity for any clarification type questions of staff, followed by the design review report from the design review subcommittee, then the applicant's presentation. Then we'll have a minute for clarification type questions from the commission to the applicants, and then we'll open up the public comment portion of the hearing. After that, the applicant will have 5 minutes opportunity for rebuttal, and then the commission can get into more in-depth questions of the applicant. before we close the public hearing and move into actual deliberation. So with that being said, I would like to start and ask if there are any disclosures at this time. Commissioner Solomon?
You start with you guys.
Yeah, yes.
So disclosures for this particular project, I met with the applicant and discussed items within the staff report. I've also walked the site, and I also want to make an overarching disclosure for my service here on the Planning Commission. Two organizational moves that I made as a result of coming onto the Planning Commission. First, I was a member of the Public Facilities, Infrastructure, and Recreation Commission. Leading up to this, I have resigned that role. Per our city ordinance, you can only serve on one commission at a time. And then secondly, I think some of you may recognize me because I used to bother you on that side of the dais when I was the chapter lead of the West Hollywood chapter of Abundant Housing Los Angeles. The name of the chapter is Building WeHo. Upon being appointed to the Planning Commission by Councilmember Byers, I resigned from that position as the chapter lead and as a member of Building WeHo, the Abundant Housing chapter for West Hollywood. Just wanted to put that out there for all projects and my service here. I take this role seriously and I understand the quasi-judicial nature of it, and I want to make sure that there is no speculation about my being biased or having been disclosed any sort of project before it comes to us here at these hearings.
Thank you, Commissioner Solomon. Does anyone else have any disclosures at this time?
I do.
Commissioner Jones?
Oh, Commissioner McGonner can go.
Oh, okay. Commissioner Hoopengarner?
Just, I walked the site and reviewed the project there.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Jones?
Yes, I did have a meeting with the applicant's representative, and we discussed items contained in the staff report.
Thank you. And Commissioner Matos?
I spoke with members of the public regarding matters contained in the staff report.
Thank you. Is that all? Okay, staff report. I think we're ready now.
Great. Thank you. Good evening, Chair Lombardi, Vice Chair Gregoire, and members of the Commission. Welcome, Commissioner Solomon, and welcome back, Commissioner Jones. My name is Antonio Castillo, Senior Planner with the Current and Historic Preservation Planning Division. I have a brief, maybe a 6-minute presentation for you, giving you a brief overview of the project. As you mentioned, Chair, the item before you this evening is a request to demolish 2 dwelling units and all accessory structures on 2 contiguous parcels, merger of both parcels, and construction of a 4-story, 17-unit residential building with 2 very low-income units and 1 moderate-income unit over a single-level subterranean parking garage. The request also includes a density bonus and 3 density bonus waivers, including 1 for an additional story, a 2nd waiver for a reduction in the front yard setback, and the 3rd for a waiver of the additional 6-foot front yard setback for the 2nd and upper stories. The approximately 12,000 square foot project site located in the R3B zoning district is located on the east side of Edinburgh Avenue between Romaine Street immediately to the south and Santa Monica Boulevard further to the north. The neighborhood, the neighboring property to the south is a corner property located in the city of Los Angeles, and that's also a single-family dwelling. The site is currently developed with an approximately 1,500 square foot single-story, single-family dwelling with a rear detached garage. And the northernmost parcel at 1010 Edinburgh is currently developed with a 1,200 square foot, 1-story single-family, also with a rear detached garage. Both units are currently occupied by tenants, and the units will be required to be removed from the rental market prior to issuance of any permits by the building division. The existing land uses surrounding the project site are mostly multifamily residential uses, except for the single-family residence immediately to the south in Los Angeles, and the Laurel Cinematic Arts Creative Tech Magnet School across Romaine Street, also in Los Angeles. Just a few illustrations here on of the project itself. The construction of the residential building with the 17 units is within 4 stories. This includes a single-level subterranean parking garage. The project requests to utilize a density bonus for providing 3 affordable units. The building includes 1 one-bedroom unit and 16 two-bedroom units. These are renderings that are within your packet as the exhibit. This is looking southeast on Edinburgh. This is just looking straight at the site, and this looking north up on Edinburgh. The ground floor contains common rooms in the form of a gym, a business center, a community room, and the community room opens to the outdoor common open space area in the front of the building. A total of 1,960 square feet of common open space will be provided within a rooftop patio, including 629 square feet on the ground floor, within the front area, as well as 1,331 square feet on the rooftop. The subterranean garage is accessed from a single driveway on the southernmost portion of the site, and will provide 24 parking spaces, in addition to storage areas, mechanical rooms, trash enclosures, and other utilities. By providing the 3 affordable units, the project qualifies for a maximum of a 50% density bonus and 3 concessions, and an unlimited number of waivers necessary to ensure physical construction of the project. The density bonus translates to a bonus of 6 units, or 17 units as proposed for this project. As such, the applicant is requesting a density bonus and 3 waivers to achieve the proposed project. Waiver number 1, this is to increase from 3 stories and 35 feet in height, a maximum for this property in an R3B zone, to allow 1 additional story and an additional 12 feet in height for a total of 4 stories and 47 feet in height. Waiver number 2 is a waiver to reduce the front yard setback from 22 feet 2 inches to 15 feet. The adjacent multifamily building to the north has a front yard setback of roughly 15 feet, and the single-family dwelling to the south has a front setback of approximately 30 feet. And so the required front setback is an average of the 2, or 22 feet 2 inches in this case. Waiver number 3 would be waiving the required 6-foot additional front yard setback for the second and upper stories. The intent of the additional upper stories, the additional 6-foot setback for the upper stories is to provide modulation for project's street frontage. The project achieves this intent in that the building's massing is modulated by breaking up the facade into multiple planes, which breaks up the scale of the building. And it's staff's assessment that the requested waivers of development standards are appropriate and consistent with what is contemplated by the state density bonus law and the city's ministerial requirements with respect to those requests. In conclusion, staff supports the project, given that the project is well suited for the site